Warning, the following may contain flumphs.
Join fantasy authors Phil Tucker, Timandra Whitecastle, David Benem, Benedict Patrick, and Josiah Bancroft as they roll dice and take on the bad guys in a game of Dungeons and Dragons. 5 authors, 5 worlds, 1 adventure. It's time to get crit-faced. Previously on Crit-Faced. Having survived the attack in the gardens of St. Markovia, the party travels back to the village of Krezk before resting in one of Jean Mallarmé's tiny palaces.
Jean, your time count is up. Now listen, it's the first time Esmeralda has had the joy of she sort of raises an eyebrow at this. But we're all pretty cramped in here, actually. There's quite a few bodies in here now. What are we up to as we settle down?
We should have a watch, right?
Sure. I can go and watch while everyone gets a short rest.
I'm studying the amulet.
Are we?
Right? Oh, yes.
Are we getting a short rest here? Is that the
I think we should do a full rest, shouldn't we?
Yeah, why don't we just go for a full rest? It's nighttime, we're in a hut.
Yeah.
Let's do a short rest to learn about the amulet and then roll that into a long rest.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, and who's studying the amulet?
Kellen.
Okay. What's everyone else doing?
Watching Kellen.
Meditating.
Esmeralda.
I'm like trying to learn different ways to part my hair to look at more full. Like there's kind of spot that I'm trying to cover, and so I'm going this way and that way with my brush. Okay.
I'm having an awkward conversation with Irina. Like we haven't seen each other in some time. The last time we did, it was a little acrimonious because she messed everything up.
So let's play that out then. So she because you've not had a chance to really speak, so she sort of, after Esmeralda has sort of tended to the sort of Irina's physical wounds, she does sort of shuffle over to you, and she does say, "Hello, Bernard. It has been some time, has it not?"
Well, yes, it has. I mean, something like 737 days and a few hours.
Oh, I see. And how have you been? I see you.
Do you care now? How things have changed, Irina. You get yourself kidnapped. Whose fault was that, by the way? And then suddenly... No, I'm sorry. Let's try that again. How are you doing, Irina? I really do care.
And she raises an eyebrow at you, and she looks down at her knees and she says, "You have not changed that much, have you not?"
Actually, no. Since we last met, Desna has blessed me with a number of new spells. I can now cast Lesser Restoration and Zone of Truth. In fact, when I first got Zone of Truth, I thought of you. Because all those conversations where you would change what we had just said and twist everything, Zone of Truth, I feel, would have been so useful.
And she takes a long pause and she says, I see. I think Bernard, perhaps I'm quite tired now after my fight.
Yes, I know that line. Yeah, headache. Got it.
I will see you in the morning.
It was good talking. It was good talking, Irina. It's like no time passed at all.
And Master Sona, you can, as Irina moves away from Bernard, you kind of catch her eye, and she looks at you, and she kind of widens her eyes and rolls them a bit as she moves past.
I saw that. It's a very small hut. This is very awkward. I mean, honestly, Irina. Honestly, really? These are my new friends? I can't even have... You know what? I'm going to go take watch outside. I step out of the hut.
No. What? No, you can't come back in if he's gone. All right, well...
she's responsible for my death now.
Bernard is now outside the hut. Esmeralda... What Esmeralda's done is she's actually taken her sort of long sort of traveling coat, and she's rolled it up as a pillow, and she was actually lying back and trying to get some shut eye, and she she raises her head as Bernard leaves, and she looks around a bit, and she goes, "Is he going to be all right out there?"
Probably.
I'm like yelling in through the outside of the hut, but I think you can't hear me. I'm like,
Yeah.
You are some very strange people. So, and then Esmeralda just closes her eyes and settles back down. Irina finds a spot close to her, and she gets herself ready to drift off as well. Master Son is meditating. Jean is combing his hair.
Not cutting his hair. I'm combing my hair. I'm finding the right spot. Yeah. But also, I would like to see what Kellen is doing with his study. I will observe.
So, Kellen, what are you doing with this amulet? What are you? How are you?
Shaking it.
I'm staring at it seductively.
Why are you staring at it?
As barbarians do.
Okay. So the last time you did this, Kellen, it was the blood spear that you were getting in touch with, and it almost had sort of sought you out like a kindred spirit. This thing, you can definitely tell that there are magical properties, and they're sort of reaching out to you, and you don't have a lot of experience of this, but you do start to get into grips with it. But you certainly get the impression there's something of the divinity tied to this symbol. This is a holy symbol of raven kind, and as you contemplate it, we become aware of a number of properties that it has. Okay, so it's got 10 charges, and you can use these charges in a few different ways. Every dawn, it regains 1d6 plus 4 of these charges. So there's a number of things that the holy symbol can be used for. So the first action that it has is Hold Vampire. So you can use an action to spend 1 charge, and you present the holy symbol and make it flare with holy power. And any vampires and vampire spawn within 30 feet of the symbol have to take a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw, and if they fail that, they're paralyzed for a minute. And it can take a saving throw at the end of each of its turns. So it's a way of capturing vampires. Now, if you can turn undead, which you can't, Kellen, but I think at least one member of your party can. If somebody can turn undead, what they can do, they can spend 3 charges of the holy symbol of Ravenkind while they are turning undead, and then any undead that are trying to save against the action turning undead have disadvantage against it. So basically, it means there's more chance of success of turn undead happening. However, its ultimate action expends 5 charges, and this action is known as Sunlight. While you present this holy symbol, you spend 5 charges to make it shed bright light in a 30-foot radius, and there'll be dim sunlight for an additional 30-foot radius. So this is Sunlight. It'll be the first sunlight seen in Barovia in a very long time, and it will last for 10 minutes, or until you want it to end.
Can I hold it? I think I should hold it.
It's my precious.
Oh God. Oh, well.
I think
that seems like a really remarkable thing. That seems like very, very good for us.
It does. It would seem that our paladin would be the one to use it, but he left the hut.
He's so petulant. I've been nothing but nice to him. I winked. I was like giving him the high fives, and now he walked away. I'm not even. There's some history, I suppose, but.
So what are you guys doing with it?
I think I'm.
Keep it yourself. Keep it secret.
I'm going to keep it to myself. It's just between us.
Yes.
Don't let Bernard know, because he.
No. Well, I mean, unless he asks me in kind of a fun way, and then who knows, wine.
He happens to be giving you a massage.
Well. We're all human, aren't we? I mean, not him, he's still undead, but the rest of us.
I'll hang on to it for the time being, but I think we all know whose hands it would do the most good.
Jamane.
Okay. So as everyone drifts off for a nap, now guys, sorry, Bernard, do you want to take a perception check? You're on watch.
Yeah. 19 plus or minus plus 0, so 19.
Okay, so it is a wee bit like you've gone to sleep in the middle of a village. So within maybe 20 minutes of everyone's settling down and you're sitting now outside the tiny hut. A pair of guards do walk down the the wee path that you guys have just caught off the side of, and they're looking out into the bushes, and the light catches you, and they stop and they see you and they see the dome of the hut beside you, and you can see questioning looks on their faces.
Mm-hmm. I can't be fussed unless they talk to me.
Okay, and so they raise the torch higher and they step forward. One of them draws their sword and they say, "Who goes there?"
I do.
But, announce yourself. Who are you?
I'm Bernard, a paladin of Desna. We came through officially earlier. We spoke to the burgomaster. Everything's fine. We're just camping out here. This is a magical spell that allows us to not bother anybody or ask for...
You can't see us. What are you doing?
I thought you could see like an opaque dome.
You can see the dome.
There is no we. There is no we.
They can see you in the dome. That's it.
What's right?
They can see you, and they can see the dome, but they can't see...
Right.
They can't see
right. So they can see an opaque dome. Right? I'm pointing at the dome. So it's a magical construct that allows people to sleep inside like some sort of super safe tent.
What are you...
And they, you can see a look of recognition on their face when you mention that you came in with the winery. They whisper to each other. One of them sort of runs off, back off to the west. The other stays there, tries to do the whole, lowers the torch and shuffles around a bit, trying not to really draw attention to the fact that they are staying there right on the path, right beside you. But eventually, his companion runs back, and she sort of whispers in his ear, and they kind of shrug at each other a wee bit and move along on their trip. You do see them; they're doing a few circuits. You do see at least one change of the guards, but they seem to have been notified. The new guards seem to have been notified of the fact that you're there. You can see they're quite curious to spot you. They're looking for you as they move around. They've obviously been told that you're there, but nobody really draws attention to you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
A bit of enough time's passed that you realise it's probably somebody else is trying to take watch.
Yes, but I can't go in the hut, so I think I'm stuck on watch.
So what's your plan?
Just replay certain particularly irritating moments in my relationship with Irina in the past. Maybe go chop some firewood.
Okay.
I know we don't need it, but
yeah. So it's we're now well into midnight has passed. We're sort of well into early morning. You are starting to get a bit tired.
Yes, I am. But that's all right. That fuels my frustration. I wouldn't have been here.
All right. Jean Malmay sees his new friend out there languishing and says that he will go out there and take a watch as he, observes his friend sleeping sadly, probably in some leaves.
I'm just walking around all sulky.
So Jean, what do you do?
Is he coming out?
I was going to help him by taking the watch.
Okay, so
okay.
How are you going to do that? If he's outside,
well, I will leave the hut.
Okay.
Oh, then the hut goes away, doesn't it?
No. The hut's still there. You're just outside. You've been outside the hut before, and it has persisted.
Right. So I will leave the hut and say, "Look, just lay down and stop talking for a little while, and I'll just watch."
All right. You're a good man, Jean Mallarmé.
I am not.
Well, goodish. I lie down and pull my cloak over myself, and within 30 seconds, I'm snoring deeply.
Okay. So, Jean, are you doing anything else on your watch, or are you just happy to sit?
Well, no, I want to do one thing. I would like to compile an incantation that would be a cantrip. At any time I say the word "indeed," I cast a minor illusion. And this minor illusion embodies a sort of readjustment of my appearance, in which my hair is a little fuller, my face a little thinner, my gut a little smaller, my muscles a little broader, and my stature a little taller. So anytime I said, this is an incantation I'm doing.
Yep.
Anytime, it's a minor illusion, it only lasts a minute, but anytime I say the word indeed, I cast this minor illusion, which makes me look, I'm already beautiful, but slightly more handsome.
More like Bernard.
Across the range.
Okay. So basically you're putting this on standby so that as soon as you say indeed, this gets cast. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So listen, the minor illusion must be no larger than a 5-foot cube. The object that you're trying to create. So is that sort of most of you? Is that you from the knees up? Is that right? Or
Oh, my calves are beautiful. Like everyone always says that my calves are the best. So like from the knees up, it's just a little more. Yes, I mean, it's. This is like more perfect as we're going for. It's already perfect, but just a little more perfect.
Okay,
that's what we're looking for.
Okay, indeed.
Indeed.
Right. Okay, and guys, morning breaks. Any of the hit points that the whites sucked from your souls, they are restored, just as Esmeralda promised, and as you have experienced before with the vampires, you're back to full health. Your spell slots are up to full as well, and morning is breaking over Krezk. What's happening, dudes?
All right, breakfast.
Indeed.
Bernard's up early. He's got some eggs frying. He's got some coffee going.
Jean, some of those of you with higher perception than normal might notice that Jean is looking slightly more handsome than he was last night.
Oh, wait, so this is just constant?
No.
Indeed. Right. So I looks over at him and says, the visit to the monastery did you well.
I took a few minutes last night. I've been like neglecting my personal regimen, but I have I do some of these and a couple of these, and I touch my toes, and I hadn't done them in a few weeks, but last night I had a couple of minutes, and here we are.
Impressive. You keep that up.
Indeed.
So looking good. So yes, I'm frying up breakfast and like shooting looks at Sean because I haven't noticed it. I've never seen anyone bulk up just from doing like arm raises, but it's good for him. And when the hut finally goes, there's a little bit of a fry up going, and I look to Kellen and I say, "So, what'd you learn about that amulet?"
Oh, it's not really a big deal. It's kind of a knick-knack.
The knick-knack?
Oh, I'm kidding. I think that it would be best served in your possession. But it's definitely something we need to wait to use until we confront Strahd.
Out of character, doesn't it replenish every night?
Every dawn, you get 1d6 plus 4 charges back.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, Benedict, did it say how long the sunlight lasts?
It does. It lasts for
10 minutes.
Wow.
How many points can it hold total? Like, is it like 40 and we expend it down?
10 charges.
10 charges.
Is that enough for us to get some color back? I imagine we're all looking pretty pallid by now.
Everyone has to lie down and get ready because it's only 10 minutes. So, like, get your best angle.
Put a little zinc on the nose and tan. Yes, I do hand over the amulet to Bernard.
All right. So I've got a question. I've got the ability to turn undead, but I don't feel like ever using it because it only causes the undead to run away for a minute.
Okay.
And then I assume that they just come running right back.
That would be correct, yes. A minute's quite a long time, though.
So
in combat,
it is.
Like for example, last night against those skeletons, I could have turned them. They would have scampered away, and then they would have just scampered right back, and we would have had the fight anyway.
Yeah,
you could have regrouped.
But and you're right, absolutely. But if there had been twice their number,
right,
you could have
twice the glory.
Yeah, well, you could have dealt with them long enough that you weren't fighting them all at the same time, or that it's. But you're right.
Okay.
Like it's
Okay.
It is definitely situational.
Okay, that's a good point, and it gives us a chance to regroup and prepare and stuff if we're caught by surprise. So,
are you critiquing a gift? Give a gift. You see,
no, I'm not critiquing the gift. I'm just saying that
obviously you've also got your sunlight and you've got options with it, basically.
Yeah, no, thank you, Kellen. Thank you.
Vampire.
Right. No, this is great. I feel like we're now much more prepared to take on Strahd. We hold him, and then we sunlight him.
Yes.
So as you say that, Bernard, Esmeralda, who's tucking into some of the bacon, I guess. Up in the pan sheet.
Fried eggs.
With a mouthful, she says, "So is that it? Do you feel that we are ready now to assault Strahd in his castle?"
I feel pretty good, but...
Or do you still want to make our way to Van Richten's tower?
What is Van Richten's tower?
Yes, we did we discussed this last time. My teacher, the man I followed here into Barovia, I have not managed to find him, but I did manage to find a tower that he was using as his base of operations. And I believe when I mentioned it overlooking a lake, you felt that it might be worth looking into.
The wisdom of the ancients is probably there.
But unfortunately, I have not been able to actually, gain entry into the tower myself. He is a very clever individual, and I get the impression he has warded it against anyone.
Oh, we have our way of working ourselves into places we shouldn't be.
Inveigling.
Places we're not welcome.
Yeah. How far is the tower if we double march? Triple march.
It would be the best part of a day's travel.
All right. Well, we have the best part of the day to get there.
Yeah.
Everybody ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi ho.
Gives nods.
All right. Okay. Let's get going.
Okay.
After we finish breakfast and so forth. And wash up.
So you make your way to the gates, and you see two of the guards of Krezk, step forward to question you. Is that it? Are you going?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. If you wait a moment, we're just going to fetch the burgomaster. We don't normally have people leaving without him being aware of these things.
All right.
Okay.
And they head back into Dimitri's home is the closest one to the doors, and he comes back. This lean man. He's in his fur coat. He's obviously, his face is quite drawn. You realise now it's just due to his lost son, and he says to you, "Did you find what you needed at the abbey? I see there are more of you now than there were when you first came."
Indeed.
Yeah. It was a success, though we learned some very disturbing things.
What do you mean?
I don't think everything is quite right up there with the way they're worshipping Desna. I don't think she would approve. And I can say that with some authority because I am a paladin, and that gives me the religious knowledge in which to judge others.
It is I'm not sure how it works, but it is the Morning Lord that they worship.
I keep saying Desna. It's the Morning Lord. It's not all the abbot up there. He's not all there. He's a little off center, if you know what I mean. I think the distance that you have between the village and the abbey is probably very healthy.
For you.
He looks concerned, and he says, "Are we safe? Is it something we should be doing something?"
I think you are safe.
Yeah, but I mean, I turned to Master Son and I said, "Well, he is inviting Strahd up. I mean, that's not
sorry, excuse. What did you say? Sorry.
I said it is. He is having quite a Strahd up, like one of those cook-ups. So it's a bit. It's a bit concerning sometimes when people have feasts and don't invite you. Right, Master Senna?
This is correct.
So just don't go up there. Don't go up there at night. If you hear screams, lock your doors. Definitely pray to the Morning Lord. Yeah, yes. Stay in the village.
So we shall pray to the Morning Lord, but not up at the abbey.
Right.
Exactly.
They're a little off base up there. They've zigged when they should have zagged.
Right. I see. I see. I think it would be best if you were on your way.
Agreed. Agreed. I extend my hand. Pleasure to meet you. Sorry about your son dying. Hope that gets better.
Thank you. Sorry?
Feelings, commiserations, Time heals all wounds.
I don't think he should lead these conversations.
The longer that we spend with Bernard, the more it's like his attractive points is like -1
I begin to
every
miss Lord
single
Alfred.
day.
You know?
But he does have, a laser sword as well. So.
But Krezk's a great town. We had a wonderful time here, so we'll definitely be back soon. We'll bring friends.
No,
and clap them on the back again.
Do not do that. Open the gates. Open the gates. And the
morning, Lord bless everyone here. I just hold my hand up like peace. Back out through the gate.
Yeah. And as you step out,
be safe, Burgomaster.
The gates shut behind you, and Kellen, you can hear Esmeralda turn to Irina, and she's, "You really spent time with this man?" Irina just gives a shrug and lowers her head and shakes it a bit.
Good people in there. Good people.
Okay, so guys, we're on the road to. Well, we're not too sure where we're on the road to. Esmeralda says it's sort of halfway between. There's a path halfway between Krezk and Vallaki that heads up north to this lake that Van Richten, this guy Van Richten, had his tower at.
I think you forgot to tell us we leveled up.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. When did that last happen? That was recent, wasn't it?
No.
So
forever and a day.
We fought the what was the witch's name again?
No, we did not level up after Baba Lysaga.
I know.
No, I think it was the Druids, actually. It was the last time. Back at yesterday.
I think we're level 8 by now.
There's not a thing that's happening.
How about we take a vote?
No, it works.
I say we level up.
So we're walking, guys. You can feel the difference almost within an hour after leaving Krezk, because the road is all downhill from here. It becomes warmer, and so much more comfortable just within that hour. As far as Barovia will ever be described as comfortable. Is there anything in particular you want to be doing while you're on this path, this well-traveled path?
I prompt John to lead us in like a rousing marching song.
Oh no, please don't.
Well, yeah, it doesn't take much. I do have several marching songs. There's one I've been working on that is "Praise Be to Jean." It's a light ditty. It's but it does have a nice droning quality to it, which I would call a march.
Is that the one that just repeats "indeed, indeed, indeed" during the chorus?
Yes, I mean there is indeed a portion that indeed responds to the word indeed, but it's a call response. So I say indeed, and you say, "Praise be to the lovely man," and here I am.
But not just staring at Jean.
Aren't you working on Jenny's song?
Maybe we can help you.
Healing potion?
Maybe we can help you.
I finished it. I delivered it. She was satisfied, and now she has left this realm. She said,
"Why don't you sing the first part for us as we march?"
Yeah. Do you not recall we've got the potion that you have to still sing to?
Yes.
It's a potential healing potion.
Why don't you sing to the potion as we march?
As soon as you deliver a song about Jenny Greenteeth to the potion, it will become a healing potion. At the moment, it's she said it is not a healing potion. It's a non-healing potion.
Oh yes. No, I have so many drafts. It's one of those things where like it's just I'm embarrassed to pick one. I think they're all beautiful songs. I'm not.
How about I pick it? You give me a number of drafts, and I'll tell you the number.
There's one. 4.
Okay, number 3.
Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. Ginny, oh Ginny, your teeth are like algae, and I think that you're so pretty. Oh Ginny.
Yeah. Bernard's like, love it.
That was one of the drafts. I mean,
let's drink the potion and see if it worked.
You go first.
We're not in need of healing.
But how are we going to know if it's a healing if the song worked?
Yes,
there's
exactly.
There's certainly no discernible change. There's no discernible change in the potion.
Well, with Ginny, rhyme with algae, and you're so pretty. I mean, that's a song.
I don't think the potion likes the song.
Every potion's a critic.
My God. All right, I'll go back to the drawing board.
All right.
I think it needs to be a little more heartfelt.
Oh my God.
As we are moving along, so guys, we go past. You've travelled down from Krezk. By midday, you reach the junction where it would head south to the Wizard of Wine's winery if you want to, but Esmeralda is leading you east, back on the route towards Vallaki. This is the third time you've walked this road. We've been back and forth here a few times.
How are our wine reserves? Are we low? Don't we have a little pony keg that we could fill up or something?
You've got a wee keg. I imagine you had it a little bit last night and a bit this morning. So, certainly you've been given a writ, if you remember, from the winery to refill it. Certainly if you wanted to, by the time you reach Vallaki itself, you could very well be needing a top-up.
Okay, we'll press on for now then.
Obviously, that would be tomorrow at the earliest, because you're not heading to Vallaki. As we pass on, Master Sona, you catch a glint of metal just off the road to.
It's another dead Master Sona
path where the mists get heavier.
I'll go and investigate it.
Okay. So you sort of walk to the side of the path, and there, slightly buried in the dirt, just in the forest, you can see a small hand mirror.
Okay, that's odd. I bend over to investigate.
Okay. Do you want to take an investigation check?
How good's my... Yeah, why not? No, I don't.
You don't. So you see the mirror is there. It's slightly submerged in the mud. You don't see any signs of anything else around it. Any hints of where it might have come from.
Okay, and there's no obvious
undead.
I don't know, like the soil isn't disturbed,
nope,
or the
no. It almost looks as if it might have been there for some time, but maybe recent weather might have uncovered it, perhaps. Or okay, just a small mirror. You put it into the palm of your hand.
This wasn't here last time we passed. So, has someone lost a mirror?
John,
I've lost several. To be honest, several. Is that what you're looking at? The mud?
Yeah, there's something here.
Oh, okay. I'll come look. What is it? Oh, it's a mirror in the mud. This is a familiar territory for me.
So,
you should grab it. Just grab it.
I'm
is the handle
to touch
in the mud?
This country.
No, there's no handle on it. Actually, it is just.
It's just a little oval mirror.
Yeah, mirror. Slightly. It's actually oval, with sort of embossed, flowery, sort of.
Indeed, yes.
The detail around it. So.
Yes.
Can you detect anything arcane or
hot about it?
Yes. An Arcana check.
Well, not me, because I'm not very good.
Yes, I can take an Arcana check. One second. Yes, I have a +1. Why not?
You've heard of mirrors?
I have not. I have rolled so poorly that I have.
What is this glittering thing?
Not heard of mirrors.
You're not particularly confident, obviously, at checking out magical properties of stuff, but you have been in touch with these elements in the last few weeks, and you don't get the impression there's anything magical coming from this mirror.
It's just a mirror. I could use a mirror. Could you use a mirror? I mean, I don't know.
I will pick up this mirror.
Okay.
Do it.
You pick up the mirror. It's got a bit of mud on it.
Okay.
Yes. You can clean it off.
Because where I come from, the reflective surface of the mirror is actually a foil of silver at the back, and as far as we've heard, I think silver is actually good against the vampires here. So.
Is that true? Silver is good against vampires?
Yes!
Someone said it.
We learned that, yes.
Or we can use it to focus the sunlight. Or to redirect the sunlight.
Straight to Strahd's eye.
Okay.
My God, that's genius!
I know. Sometimes I do have my moments.
You have many moments.
Okay. So is that us?
Okay. That's that. I'm going to take the mirror.
Yes. Okay, you have a mirror.
Keep it covered. Keep it covered until we need it.
Yeah,
Unless I need it.
I'll put it in one of my very many pockets.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay. Are we keeping
Do your
going
pants
then?
have pockets?
I have lots of pockets.
On your pants?
What I do?
She's not a kangaroo.
I have pants. I have robes, and I have just like. I have so many pockets you cannot believe.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Like, it's like every woman's wish fulfilled.
I was gonna say you got pants with pockets. That's phenomenal.
And pockets that actually fit stuff, so you can put your
tip
mobile
of 3
phone
fingers
and your purse into.
Your purse is shoved. It's a leg sack.
So Esmeralda says, if you have finished checking out your reflection, we should keep moving if you want to reach the tower before night falls.
Yes, of course.
Yes. No.
So
Chastened, we all return.
I am so glad we have like our marching orders now. We have like a conductor who keeps us on task. This is good.
Still
It's
not
like
that
a
effective.
teacher on a school outing.
Yes.
So,
Everyone hold hands and follow behind Esmeralda.
carry on east for about another hour, and then there's a dirt trail off to the north. Now we have noticed that. I mean, there are quite a few dirt trails off the Svalak road, but we've not really been investigating them. But Esmeralda, does say this one leads up to the lake where Van Richten has his tower, and I have left some of my belongings up here as well.
Okay.
Shall we continue?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yes.
May the Lord bless stepping off the road.
Sorry?
Yes.
What did you say your master's name was?
Van Richten.
I would not call him my master, but my teacher, and at one point he was my friend Van Richten. But again, I am quite surprised that none of you have heard of him, for his name is well known across many worlds.
As is Jean Marlemay. Have you heard of me?
No,
Everyone has heard of me.
Can we do like an Arcana check or something to see if that name
you could do a history check.
rings any sort of bell?
Indeed.
History check?
Yeah.
Indeed. 21.
Okay.
We have a Van Richten scholar in our ranks. We never even knew it.
Anyone else?
Barbarians are very familiar with the works of Van Richten.
They worshipped him back on his homeworld.
That and sheep.
So Kellen, you're having a wee chat with Esmeralda, and it's when she mentions that Van Richten, the reason he started vampire hunting in the first place was because his son was killed by a vampire. That sort of rings a bell with you, and you can remember a tale from back in your homeland of. Now, you've obviously not heard of vampires before, but you can certainly remember like there's some whatever sort of boogeymen sort of live back in your world back home, and you do remember stories of a man who sort of fits the description that Esmeralda gives you, trying to avenge his son by stepping out of the mists and dealing with the boogeyman before disappearing again, and you're fairly convinced that it could well be the same person.
Okay.
He would appear and turn off all the showers and then disappear again.
We're heading upwards again, guys, and as evening approaches, it starts to get colder again, and eventually, maybe about an hour before dusk, you come to a cold mountain lake. So there's misty woods here surrounding it, and rocky bluffs. Cutting off the lake to the north in particular as well, and there's thick fogs creeping across the dark, still waters. The trail that you've been following ends at a grass-covered causeway, and this causeway stretches about 100 yards across the lake to a flat, marshy island. And on top of the island there is a stone tower.
Crit-Faced is a weekly Dungeons & Dragons podcast. To make sure you never miss an episode, and to get an exclusive prequel episode of the podcast where you can find out what our characters were up to before this adventure began, head over to critfacedpodcasts.com and join our Crit-Faced fan group.